makes mistakes. We're going to end up loading out here on University. It doesn't seem like that's the way, not even just a little bit. You can see on your screen, we got multiple DPS. Woo! We have the Doomfist even in here, too. And this isn't the powerful Doomfist either. This is a pretty weak version of Doomfist. Cooldowns are pretty weak. The damage is nerfed. I mean, he's got the adaptive shields, but it's going to be interesting to see how Flag Gaming play around this, too. They have EvilX on the Tried and True Sombra, but they have point pressure. Balance is just hanging out here. The entire team is, in fact.
Yeah, I'm watching Team for Victory here. They've got a lot of players everywhere, so there's just damage coming through on Flag Gaming from many different angles, but you're going to see EvilX get the first kill there onto Flower. Removing the range damage of the Widowmaker is going to be a big boon for the Flag Gaming. You see, they just capped first point, just like that.
Yeah, it's like a slow rolling, like bowling ball almost. You take down one pin, and it's just like Team for Victory just like, well, I guess now we don't have our sight lines. Now now everything just kind of crumbles too. I mean, you know, that typically happens in this day in Overwatch when you use your main tank, and you know you roll into a fight without a main tank. It becomes a little bit interesting. You're gonna be open to a lot of pressure. But speaking of pressure, Melons.
Yeah, that's just one of the things where you don't know where to look as the Rien, because there's damage coming through you from all angles. Team for Victory scoring a couple kills here. Kino, especially on the Brigitte, getting real in the face of Flag Gaming, chasing down Shou Cheng. He's going to finish off him as well. So even though EvilX is able to secure another kill onto Flower, it doesn't matter. Team for Victory will be able to get the recap.
Yeah, both of Flower's deaths have been to EvilX.
Well,
quite the pester. I'm about to have an EMP walking in here too. But the most important thing, not only will Flower have the infrared sight, so they're gonna know where Zompa's gonna be coming from, but Team for Victory, the way that this very DPS eccentric composition rolls, you can see they're not really together. It's gonna be hard to find value in this EMP.
Exactly, and there's the pulse bomb that comes out. No value from it. EvilX here with the EMP, but like you just said, what are you going to EMP, right? You're going to EMP one Lucia or one Tracer. There you go. Catches actually a lot of members right in the middle, central position, able to get everyone that's spread out, especially on the high ground and in those side rooms. And that's just going to allow Flag Gaming to get the clean sweep. It's hard to do damage as this mobile DPS when you don't got those abilities.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer is just exactly on our screen too. EvilX just showing us finding it mid-engagement, using the point itself as bait. Just waiting for the DPS to try to collapse on one target and just counter EMPing. Very impressive stuff. EvilX isn't spending a lot of time in stealth here. You'll notice that, especially because of the DPS. You almost want them to come into you so that way you can explode on time. I mean, that's been 3-3 for as long as all day. But Hades does has the EMP. You can take a look at Flag Gaming. They're all corralled into this cubby area.
Yeah, so that's just the difference of playstyles in these compositions, right? You got the 3-3 on one hand, and then you got all this DPS on the other hand, so it's going to be a lot easier to find that EMP. You see it, 4 men, but the graph still comes out, and Hades and Jimmy will both fall to it. Sleep comes through. He's going to miss that onto the Doomfist, but Team for Victory here just trying to get some control back, but they're not going to be able to find it, and the percentage is ticking up ever higher.
A crazy sequence of events there. Shou Cheng threw out the grab, then EMP came through. Shou Cheng was EMP'd, but PkMnPanda was able to hang out behind the wall. Yeah, Pico hanging out. Got the pulse bomb. Definitely have to touch the point here. We're reaching 90%, and Team Victory almost need anything. They finally pick up a tank. Hades on that Hamston. Gonna be able to go back there and at least find a little bit of disruption.
Oh, there we go. We've seen it how many times now. EvilX finds Flower. Ooh, nice speed boost to get on out of harm's way. Nico not going to find anything with that pulse bomb there. And now you're just going to see Flag Gaming just wipe the floor with Team for Victory. That's going to be the first map. 143. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's just kind of just adjusting on the fly, really. I mean, they didn't really play all too around the point. You'll notice the one thing consistent that Flag Gaming are going to continuously do is pick their corner and play from it, because even if the EMP comes through, you saw the composure in both supports. Really good ult tracking altogether through Flag Gaming to know the EMP was about to be cycled in that last fight, so they had both their supports. The only two that didn't get hit by said EMP hiding off behind the corner inside the cubby and didn't get affected at all. Everybody was safe from PkMnPanda's sound barrier, and without that EMP to counter against it, it was kind of a bottleneck of you know, come at me basically, and that's just what Flag Gaming is going to continuously do. So some adjustments across the board here for Team for Victory. Got to get the speed boost out of the gate. Jimmy going over to the Mercy to fly a little bit of the sky, a little more sustainability, get that Valk pretty fast. You can get a lot of burst damage off. I mean, Ming finds these seismic slams, just need help finishing off these targets. Doofus is so weak on this patch.
Right, exactly. And you see Jimmy there using that the angel bounce tech to get that height in the first place. You know, might have been thinking, how's he going to get up in the air? There's no Pharah, but that's just how he does it, with a cool little angel bounce. I actually don't know how to do that. Interesting fact, but that doesn't really matter because I don't play Mercy. Flag Gaming pushing it through the side here, of course, with the 3-3. Hack comes through. Hades going to be stunned. Oh, man. If that is not just a microcosm of what it feels like to play tank in 2019. I don't know what else could be better. Flag Gaming just gonna take the first cap.
Yeah, what do you even do as a wrecking ball in this situation, right? You even go for the pile driver in the middle of the team. Yeah, you just absolutely get obliterated. Everybody does in that fact for Team for Victory. Probably in the ult charge. I mean, Flower was able to get 80%, still building up to this Dragon Strike. Going to be the first one on the board for Team for Victory. But Flag Gaming took that fight so decisively, even right down to the healing. The ult damage got mitigated. You can see the power of bringing an Ana to the board, especially in this triple support lifestyle. You just have so many gatekeepers to get through before you can even think about damaging the Ana. So Team for Victory gonna swap Nico over to this far is gonna help out with that.
That's a good choice because 3-3, they don't really have a range to counteract this. I mean, maybe the Sombra, but at that range, you're basically just throwing rocks at him, and then, I mean, it's not doing a whole lot. You're seeing Team for Victory getting some point presence now. The Pharah doing such a good job of just keeping Flag Gaming kind of bottled up in here. Dragon Strike gonna come through on the side, looking to take them out of there and right into the Hamster and the Doomfist. They're gonna be able to find the 2 picks, and Team for Victory, they will be able to get the cap, but 56% for Flag Gaming.
You say to yourself, Flag Gaming, they don't have anything to directly counteract against the Diva and all of the damage that comes through, rockets directly hit or not. The Sombra couldn't contest the high ground. Team for Victory immediately can take that high ground with the high mobility that they have in between all of their members. Flag Gaming, on the other hand, without a Diva themselves to mitigate that damage, they were all just sitting in that small little room, got kind of gobbled up by 2 very hungry-looking dragons, and they were stuck in between a pile driver and said dragon. So now they're just gonna introduce themselves back underneath the point.
EvilX, let's see, this EMP pops up, gets 4. Can they follow up through with it? Nico on the ground here, and that's not a position you want to be in. Kino gonna get charged into the wall there by Melons. Shatter comes through. There is the barrage, but it doesn't even matter. A fire strike will end Nico's life, but he's brought back from the dead. Jimmy is there for the res. Melons will find Flower. Flag Gaming have all the tools they need to win this fight. They've already recapped the point.
Shoshang's having such a hard time building this Graviton Surge is finally going to come out. It's going to lock them up in place next to the mine. It's going to clean everybody up. Flag Gaming still have control of this point to Rien, so this isn't really looking good for Team for Victory. They got to reset here. They're investing the rally too into this.
They're very interesting. They're not really backing out of this fight. Jimmy's so low, dodges down, but Feng Mian is going to be able to chase him down and finish him off. Kino responds, though, with the other kill. But Shochang, you're seeing there just the tracking, that insane track, able to take Nico out of this fight. And now it's just Flag Gaming. They're going to be the winners here in this fight. Team for Victory, not much they can do.
Yeah, easy Piley. It was low. The Seismic Slang coming clutch. Definitely landing the abilities of Doomfist, just not getting the follow-up they need.
No! Into the water.
No! You didn't have the uppercut to make it back on Ming. Very unfortunate. That was the one that was supposed to touch the point.
I guess it doesn't matter
oh,
in the end. Well, it's a little bit unfortunate. First map going to go to Flag Gaming 2-0. Lafon, let's bring you in here.
Hello.
Flag Gaming. How did they do it? How did they
how
stop
do you feel?
I mean, okay, permission to be toxic. Permission to be toxic.
I'm permission granted, but I'm gonna be
as
cautious.
long as you have some scientific, analytical backings, you can say
we need numbers.
I mean, if you guys want to see this comp, if you guys at home want to see this comp, just go click Start Overwatch, click Play, click Quick Play, and congratulations, you've got TFE's composition. That's my dose of toxicity for the day. I just wanted to make that joke. I'm sorry. But no, seriously, let's if we can take a moment to dive into the actual analysis of the composition. I get the general idea of what you're trying to do, but you know, they try and run it with a quad DPS, and it kind of struggles at times. I think if TFE want to make this comp work, and they kind of have to, they don't really have a lot of tank players here. You got to go even more aggro, man. Like just nothing left, just all of it out there on the field. No breaks, no holds, nothing barred, and just see what you can make happen. Because honestly, Flag is just waiting and outwaiting TFE a lot of the time.
Well, you saw when Nico ended up swapping to Far there on Gardens. They took the high ground so emphatically. The entire team of Flag Gaming just backed themselves into what we call the hookah-like area. You'll see, like, in the small corner, there's a little hookah. That's why we call it that. It's a very cushiony experience inside that small room. Sometimes, unless there's 2 dragons coming to get you. You'll see the replay on your screen here. They're landing a bunch of abilities. You'll see in the highlights. Of course, always met by EMPs coming out from EvilX. But regardless of the fact, like LaFon was saying, they need to use these abilities and basically use them all on one person. They need to all in on one target. Most importantly, the Ana or the Zarya. Take those out of the fight. They'll be able to make it back into this.
All right, well, Gonna throw to a quick break, but we will be back for more of this game, so do not go anywhere. Alright, we are back with more of Chinese Contenders. The action is just beginning to heat up. Once again, we're with my good old boy Panda. We're here to bring you these games. Panda, we saw in that first game, Team for Victory did not look so hot there running that DPS composition. So, moving into the next few maps, what do you think they need to do?
I think Team for Interesting would probably be a better choice of names for starters. I think going off of our previous point from our wonderful analyst LaFon, was with this kind of composition, albeit maybe the jokes aside, whether you call it a quick play comp, the explosive composition that it is, all of these DPS abilities are housed around the idea that they're able to do a certain amount of burst damage. I mean, you see they're bringing the Hanzo. We saw the Pharah come out from Nico at the end there too, and the Doomfist too. Even if the Doomfist doesn't land the one-shot combo and then get the raw level 3 with the his ultimate, it may not be enough, sure, but it's still going to set up the rest of the DPS, and they need to all in on one target. You can't just focus off and try to take 1v1s, especially against Flag Gaming when they're playing the 3-3. They're just going to house up behind Melons. It's like I was saying, he's a very passive Reinhardt, and that allows them to play this very passive-aggressive style around EvilX's Sombra. And when they end up isolating one of the targets from this quad DPS composition that Team for Victory are running, is when they're able to aggress onto it, and that's when they're finding success in these points, in these fights. And whether there was control meter in fights given over for Team for Victory, that was because ultimates were used, and that was more inevitable than it was anything. And then you saw immediately afterwards, Flag Gaming just rolled back in, even with 1 or 2 ultimates at that. Most of the time, even off of a hack or a 3-man EMP from EvilX, they were able to take the point very quickly. So they have the Brigitte, they have Kino on that role, so they're more than able to deal with the EvilX in their backline. So I think going off of that, it might be able to help them out. So Team for Victory are actually going to get a sub. They're actually going to bring in OR15A for Flowers. So interested to see what their hero choice will be. Maybe another DPS choice per se. I mean, Flower's playing a lot of Widowmaker on that map, so as we head over into our next map of Eichenwald, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what the next pick will be. If it'll be a tank, honestly, I'll have to go get a broom and sweep up my jaw from the floor.
Well, I mean, with a name like OR15A, right, Orisa, I feel like you gotta play Orisa, you know what I mean? You can't do justice to that name. Could be a Bastion, just give me an Omnic, right? It's like the Reinhardt short that we've been watching, you know?
That holds more truth to Reinhardt players than you actually know, too. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody has at least, like, 3 of those main tanks a day that just, like, fully just shift into the team. And you're just like, oh, where's our main tank? We need a shield. Just like, no, we have a Reinhardt. And you're like, where? He's just sitting there just cleaving away at an Orisa that's just staying still.
Yeah.
It holds more truth to it than it does anything. But I think that might be good, too, because, I mean, Eichenwald itself, besides the way that that Streets or Point B ends up playing out that long part before we go into the castle, is very open. So that's definitely where DPS could definitely, I guess, come to life. Even on Point A, Far is really strong because of that giant post right in the center as you end up crossing over the bridge, getting to the point. So I think with that being said, this might be helpful in a way that Team for Victory might find more success with their explosive composition. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. First point, though, what do you think? Will they find success there, or will it just be in Streets?
Honestly, it's hard to say, because we saw, if there's one thing that Melons did play a lot of last season because of the patch that they were playing on, the patches rather, was a lot of Winston. And you can run that on defense and attack here. We've seen even like the great Winstons all the way back in the day when Miro was first playing it when this map was released. It's very powerful, and that's what it mostly comes down to. Like I said, when you're running the squad DPS and you're not all ending on one target together and you're taking them out one by one, you allow this composition, this 3-3 composition, to isolate one of those members. If it's a support, if it's a tank, they all have less than about 300 HP anyway, and they're quite literally going to get exploded.
Yeah. I mean, you saw, right, when Hammond tried to dive in onto the Goat's composition, what happened? He just got slaughtered. So we're going to see if that's going to happen here. Again, more DPS from Team Victory. Yes, Orisa playing Orisa. There you go. I'm a happy man today. But
Gaming are meeting them, though, and Yaoshi already lost the mech.
Nico goes down as well. Melon's able to find that first pick. You're just seeing there. Doofus going at 800 miles an hour. Kino goes down to Shou Cheng on the McCree. Just popping off right now. Everyone waiting up, getting a little bit healed here. Hiding inside the church, then pushing onto the point itself. Hazy's going to go down here. This McCree just on a killing spree right now. Somebody's got to put out a wanted poster for this man, because pretty soon he's just going to just murder everybody. There you go. Nico finally finishes him off with a poison. You know, it's kind of fitting. You know, if you want to assassinate somebody, poison is often the way to do it. Fly Gaming here, they've basically taken the point. It's just stall right now from Team for Victory.
There's good pressure there from the Reaper of Kino to pressure back the Reinhardt to get the resurrection almost for free. Jimmy's popping the Valkyrie here. They're going to contest it. They're investing ultimates.
Retake. Could be a retake here for Team for Victory. They might be able to regain control. You're going to see Kino here with the Death Blossom. Does he choose to use it? That's the question. Risa finds the pick onto Melons. Kino, wisely, going to save that ultimate for the next push. So
that is absolutely massive. They
retook it, yeah.
Yeah, they resurrected the Orisa, OR15A, and you were right, by the way. Just like to keep that in mind, that OR15A.
I'm always right. I'm always
amazing. Amazing. So, hey, they're going to have the EMP Death Blossom combo to go along with this, too. Off of the Valkyrie and the one resurrection, that's high value. Big EMP,
6-man, absolutely massive, and he just wipes the floor with him. Get the broom, Panda. I'm going to need to sweep my jaw off the floor as well. Goodness gracious, what a play.
Yeah, the breakdance for fun there from Kino, and that's just the fruits of the labor. That is that Reaper just able to really take advantage. You know, Shou Cheng doesn't have the flashbang, the only stun that is on the side for Fly Gaming to deal with Kino, and if they don't get hacked by EvilX, you're really in for trouble.
Ming just finds EvilX in the backline there with the Meteor Strike. He's not letting him get any ground. They're tired of getting EMP, that's what it is. And Fly Gaming, though, coming into this next fight, they got the big 6, just about.
It's just so much time's been exhausted all the way down to a minute 30. Fly Gaming are basically forced into this this pinch. They have to save up to 6 ultimates, and they have to use it all at once. It's probably going to be the EMP. Oh, no.
That is tragic. That is very, very tragic.
Oh, Nico.
And then Nico just finds the shot at a Shou Cheng. Fly Gaming, they have to back out. They can't do anything in this fight. And Team for Victory, they're just gonna get aggressive here, push forward onto that choke. And Hades, he's not stopping. He's going up into their spawn.
Even with the solo tank too of Orisa.
I can't believe this.
Team for Victory, like I said, this map definitely plays out in their favor. It's so open and you're able to play the terrain so well that the way that they play DPS and you all in on top of targets like this, you're able to get so much value.
I still think that Fly Gaming, they will win this fight just because they have a ridiculous amount of ultimates. Oh, the fan, the hammer onto Kino. Out comes the nano boosted Cowboy, the electric Cowboy. Cannot find anything this time, however. A little bit unfortunate, so the High Noon's going to go to waste as well as that nano boost. So, Fly Gaming still trying to push in. EMP comes out. 3 members caught. Hades hacked as well. That's important because he has the EMP. If they can finish him off, they're not going to be able to. If Hades can find it here, there might be an opportunity for a retake, but 2 members down for Team for Victory. Fly Gaming finding the picks. Bomb comes out. It's just going to zone everybody out off the point. Fly Gaming will finally cap with only 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
Jimmy pulled the Valkyrie from spawn, and they wanted to end up going to the point to basically get follow-up for Hades' EMP. We were definitely right in saying that the EMP came through from EvilX and actually caught Hades in stealth looking for their own EMP. And it's very unfortunate. Team for Victory were definitely setting themselves up for success to win that point and stall out more time. Fly Gaming, their time bank, although up above 2 minutes, is in shatters comparatively where they would like to be.
Yeah.
Especially with how they were winning fights in the previous map on Control. This is not the same fight that we are noticing. Team for Victory are taking Fly Gaming for an absolute ride. They're isolating so many targets. He has the EMP. He is ready to take their abilities away.
He's just waiting to jump down and yoink all of their abilities. There it is. The 4-man now. Team for Victory, what are you going to do? Another Death Blossom it is. And he just moves in. There's the double kill for you. Ming stealing EvilX from that. And that's just going to be that fight.
It's so explosive the way that they're combining all these ultimates. Hades is quite literally farming. If you're noticing one member of Fly Gaming that is having a struggle in building ultimates, it's actually Yaoshi. Yaoshi is in the backline doing double duty not only and spamming corners, looking for Hades on Sombra. See it right there on your screen, always being a thorn in the side. Finding damage on Yaoshi. Oh, good sleep dart. They're actually going to get this punish.
Oh,
didn't even need the help. That's fantastic right there. So you're basically going to get this push for free. You have nothing to worry about behind you getting hacked, and they have the nano boost to go on to Melons.
Yeah, and the important part in there too is he delays the EMP. Look at EvilX. Look how much he's building up that EMP, whereas Hades not getting anything during this time period. So Fly Gaming can really pull ahead in their ultimate economy, which is so important. We talked about that in the first game. Ult economy, name of the game here. Cho Cheng gonna find Jimmy there, making the swap over onto the Tracer. Already 62% of the pulse bomb, because hey, that's just how Tracer works. And EvilX gonna find the pick onto Kino there. EMP now available. But there's not that many members for Team for Victory on the cart right now. You're going to see Ming kind of get collapsed on, but he's like, I'm getting the heck out of dodge. I'm going to go for your Ana in the back line, but there's a sleep. Can anyone even follow up on it, or is he too far away? There you go. He's going to find that, and Ming goes down. So Team for Victory, again, they're down members in these fights.
Pilot was able to take care of Ming by themselves. Cart's going to start moving here momentarily. You can only assume EMP's coming through.
First. And Hades wanted to get that EMP first, but now won't get the opportunity to and just has to hold on to it for the next fight. So, Fly Gaming, they just get this push all the way into the castle doors.
Yeah, and oh man, good combination coming through there.
Bye, Felicia.
An absolute chat of a combo there coming from Ming on the Doomfist. Again, making Doomfist cool again in this patch is pretty hard to do. Good job catching the punch combo into the cancellation with the melee.
Okay.
And the shot. Yeah, Cho Cheng. Yeah. And this is the Hog is a pretty good hero to bring out. You complete the pull port combo. It's going to be able to basically make Melons useless here, especially playing Winston on third. It's going to be hard to get past the shield.
In comes the dive, but the EMP comes out first. Nice beat from Fengmian. He was able to avoid that, hiding around the corner or something. I'm not exactly sure. We couldn't see it on the camera. Arisa's supercharger just going to go down in a flash. Fly Gaming running this dive. Want to get into the back line. You're going to see him try to do that with Melons jumping in, but he gets hacked. He has the Primal Rage. Is he going to be able to stay alive? No, Kino finishes him off. Fly Gaming will have to back out here unless they want to keep going aggressive, which against the Reaper who's 95% to the Death Blossom, probably not something you want to do.
I more or less wonder if they're going to just save the Death Blossom for this EMP that Hades will inevitably build here. Melons is not swapping off of Winston. They had the Primal Rage. That's a lot of ult charge.
Another hack. Oh, beautiful hack.
That's what makes the Hog so beneficial here. Any target that gets caught up inside the halt from Orisa, you're able to combine with that so easily with the Hog. That's why we call it the pull port combo. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Down to 20 seconds here, Rien. Flat Gaming, they will have the blade. Pili is trying to build up to this nano boost as much as possible. Melons does have the prime rage, but again, that's a lot of ult charge that's about to go over to Hades, who will probably build the EMP in this fight.
And I mean, I'm just looking at Kino and Ming here. DPS ultimate solo. Oh, there you go. Kino hacked, and that's perfect. Shocheng moves in with the blade, not going to find anything with it as Kino just absolutely decimates him. The Ana in the backline finally able to stay alive just barely, but can you avoid this? No, you cannot. Ming able to find the kills, and this is perfect situation for Team for Victory to just hold the cart right here. They've got the Valkyrie, they've got the Death Blossom, they've got the ultimates. EMP comes in from EvilX, but it is not enough. Team for Victory, they don't even care that they're all hacked. They don't need their abilities to win that fight, and they stop the payload just around that corner. It's a very favorable position for them.
Yeah, I respect the heck out of this composition. The whole, although Roadhog is inside the tank category, he's just a big beefy DPS, pun intended. You know, and it's really nice. I mean, Nico able to take that flex play in a multitude of heroes thus far, especially coming off of control, and able to go the distance with it too. I mean, that whole hog was absolutely clutch in the sense that it pulled a lot of resources out of Flat Gaming as they were trying to even touch the point. Not to mention how Shocheng's blade got shut down instantly when he even pulled it out. When he unsheathed it, literally, he didn't even finish the whole darn voice line. He got hooked. He got absolutely obliterated, and it's that's clean Overwatch coming out in its favor right there. Call it what you will, make fun of the composition. It's crazy. I mean, this is Chinese Overwatch at its finest. We've been watching this for quite some time, and they are always pulling out some crazy DPS compositions like this, you know. But they're, you know, to find value in a Reaper like this, to find value in Doomfist like this though, like this is it's impressive. This is interesting. Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah, that's a good word. That's a good word.
Looking for excitement? Chinese Contenders. This is what we got to offer for you. These compositions. It's wonderful stuff, truly. Flag Gaming though, they're not feeling a little bit not a little bit daring today. They're just gonna go for the classic 3-3 with the Somber. Again, it's a look we've seen from them that showed a lot of success for them on control. Here on Eichenwald though, a little bit of a different story. Victory doing really well with this DPS comp. They're gonna try it on attack.
You're gonna attack with Orisa though. I mean, like this is probably gonna be more interesting than anything. You definitely take more damage as you're attacking the point. You're just gonna be walking into a whole bunch of spam and damage and hacks and everything. I mean, like this shield's not gonna last for long, and then you have to expect to move, and you would expect Orisa to move quickly, having 4 legs, but it's not like that.
Yeah, she's a very slow horse. Oh, there you go. Piley gets taken down by Ming, though, but Orisa just gonna get collapsed upon. Again, that's what we just talked about right there. Not very fast for a robot horse, but look at this. Look what Team for Victory has kind of done here. They've kind of flipped the positions on Flag Gaming. Flag Gaming now has to approach the point. And Team for Victory, they're setting up a crossfire now all around the point.
For free.
They can get a lot of damage. Yep, there you go. Free tick. Will they get the second one? Nico finds Fang Mian. There you go. Team for Victory, they might just cap the point here.
Yeah, and that's I guess what was more interesting and funny all in the same sequence with one another is the way the Flag Gaming ended up pushing past the Orisa shield was a
nice
interesting bait. Good combo again. You can see the punch combo along into headshot with the knuckle shotgun that is Doomfist. I don't even know what that's called. It's just weird how he shoots out of his other fist.
Very strange.
Yeah, he literally just takes matters into his own hands. Team for Victory though, I mean, even like punishing Melons for pushing past the shields such as he did, it was pretty impressive. Like you said, they swapped positions and they were able to find a lot of damage. Hades was already on the point, causing chaos.
Nice little drop down here from Flag Gaming. Speaking of chaos, that's exactly what Flag Gaming just accrued onto Team for Victory. They're kind of in shambles, and finally, hey, he's just fragging out right now. The man is on a killing spree. You can't stop him. Orisa goes down by his hands, and it's just gonna be Flag holding.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you expect, especially when they have this competition. Whoa. Oh no, Ming breaking everything up immediately. See you later.
Oh my goodness, that man went flying. Ming here goes for the meteor strike and then just gets stunned and killed. A little bit unfortunate. Jimmy there not quite able to save him. Gets hacked here. Amazing EMP. That's kind of an as usual though from EvilX here. He's found a lot of value with these EMPs. Hades got one of his own, but he might want to wait here. Ming making the swap over to the Pharah.
Almost looked like Hades didn't even know that he translocated over there. He's like, oh, I'm over here now. You gotta have the EMP for their worth in the back line too. Actually being chased by EvilX. I don't even think that they know that they're next to each other. It was an interesting chase there. And that's the interesting part about Ana and the biotic rifle. Zoom in, his hit scan. Pretty good thing to deal with far in the sky. Good grab here.
Surge out. EMP as well. 5 members of Flag Gaming caught in that. You're just gonna see the health bars drop. Kino though responds with that Death Blossom able to secure a couple kills off the back of that Graviton Surge, follow through with it. Finally, again, the fragging Ana here, looking for the Mercy, and does find the kill there. Kino will finally put an end to his streak. And the cart will get moving here. This is a favorable position for Team for Victory. This comp, right, works well. Throw the Orisa shield down. There you go. Now you got a bit of a pirate shift.
Time has been exhausted, though. They took the point very decisively off that first fight, though. 3 minutes and 20 seconds will be on the board before Flag Gaming can even get there. EvilX is going to get the EMP, so this composition will be halted here on the bridge, and they have the nano boost go over to Melons if need be.
Oh, Melons
good shots.
Down into the water he goes, and finally goes down as well. EvilX is able to find Nico. Just, it seems like EvilX really has a thing for killing Widowmakers. Not sure what it is. Maybe they're just easy targets for him. Barrage comes out. Let's see what he can find with it. Not many kills, it seems, because Kino's there to sweep up them, as well as Nico. Nico and Kino there. Very similar names.
Yeah, very. Yeah. Well, yeah. Team for synergy. You know,
there you go.
Oh, good EMP to stall at the point. Actually, finds Ming, brings him down to the sky, but EvilX can't connect with everything else that's needed.
Yeah, Melon's able to find 2 kills, though. Flag Gaming might be an opportunity for stabilization. Gets the sleep on a Kino. Okay. Flag Gaming, I see you guys. What are you gonna do here? Okay, yeah, they actually are able to stop this, but maybe they might be falling apart now. Yashi gonna get popped out of the mech, and there we go. Team Victory will finally push it all the way. Whoa, there, hey.
We'll break dance for capture points.
We don't do that here. We don't do that here.
I mean, I think Kino definitely begs to differ. He's making Reaper work in 2019. He's an edgelord already. He's obviously embodying it for this map. I think we give him the pass this time. I think it's completely understandable. But highlight though, 1A sleep dart on Kino, forcing a nap there. Kino now swapping over to Roadhog. Still shotgun in hand.
Oh, another insane sleep. Finally, just removes the Sombra from that fight for Team for Victory. They're gonna look for the follow-up. No, just a little bit too late. But still, delaying pushes like that is so crucial when this time bank is so far against you on the side of Flag Gaming. They need to really have a really solid hold. Team for Victory looking to push in through here, possibly using the Supercharger, using the Junkrat. There you go, tossing in the mine, finding Melons, and Shocheng falls as well. Not a whole lot Flag Gaming can do now, but despair as their composition is in shambles. You see the Nana Brigitte coming out in desperation. Orisa's Supercharger finally goes down, but it doesn't matter. Ming's still able to find that high burst damage on the Doomfist.
They have man advantage.
In the air. Team for Victory finding kill after kill here. Pin comes through to Hades,
do it.
but it's just not enough. And Team for Victory, will they take this map? They're looking for it. There they go. 1-1. They've evened up the series. Here we go. Let's make it competitive, shall we?
It's just so much disruption. Just
chaos.
Absolute chaos. Yeah, just like fire in a bottle and just throwing it on the ground, just Molotov style, and just explodes. And that's exactly how like Team for Victory is playing right now. Just absolute manic, but you love to see. You spend so much time in 3-3. You spend so much time with goats. You get to see this, and it's nice.
You know who doesn't love to see it though? Lafon. Let's go back in here.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
That there you go. that says it all.
Man. I think, oh my god, where to start? Where
it's okay, take your time.
All right, deep breath. Flag Gaming, man. This is TFE absolute right to take the tactical crouch, I think. Because Flag Gaming is kind of, to put this mildly, is kind of pulling down to TFE. I don't think the comp that TFE is running is all that great. It's all that fantastic, but Flag just seems lost. You know, it's like it's you know when you're in a new city for the first time and you have no idea where anything is and you're kind of just like looking around in bewilderment. You're like, where do I go? Where do I go? And I feel like Flag is in that sort of situation. They're just so confused. They feel like they can't play Winston because the Reaper is there, and they can't play, they can't play the Diva properly, so they can't play the Pocket the Winston thing because the Sombra is there. So TFV's composition, I think, while not ideal, is kind of working against the fact that Flag just doesn't know how to react. And we're gonna see a couple of highlights here. Shocheng, not the best. Not the best. That's a great EMP combo though, and all 6 people hacked, and the Death Blossom can find full value, of course. Panda, I don't know. I want to hear your take on it because I kind of feel like this is a bit of a trap game for Flag, and after beating Team CC, this might be a case of just they don't know how to react to something that's sort of out of the ordinary. Although Piley's being absolutely fantastic on the Ana.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely agree with that. I think it's been mostly elementary more than anything. Comes down to these fundamentals, right? Like Shocheng had the McCree. It's as simple as saving the flashbang from when the Reaper inevitably comes in your backline. Even for Hades coming in your backline too, you can go back to the tried and true 3-3. You can directly deal with the Reaper in so many ways. Defense matrix all the way to the shield bash and all the shielding that comes along with the comp. It's just like you said, they don't really know what they're doing, and that's just you know, kind of how I enter the map too. It's very disruptive in that manner, and Team for Victory are definitely doing that. They're disrupting the heck out of the ranks of Flag Gaming, and Flag Gaming they just can't rally properly. They just can't
Well,
seem to utilize their tools to deal with the composition that they have.
well, let's hope they can, you know, take this halftime, recuperate themselves, hopefully get that rally. Armor, always important, right? But we're going to go to a break for this halftime. Hope you guys enjoy watching some Lego Bastion ads. We'll see you after. And we are back. Series is all tied up 1-1. Flag Gaming versus Team for Victory. It's been a very interesting set so far, to say the least, and I feel like it's only gonna get more interesting as we move into our third map. Everybody's favorite, 2CP. Well, Sky Industries, what a classic.
Yeah, what's more fun about this this entire set so far than heading to your favorite game variant, and that's Assault, right? You really love to see it. You really do.
So
you
much.
really do. I mean, and we're headed to one of the best ones that has infamously gone the longest rounds, where we'll probably see a lot of explosive DBS caliber-esque stuff coming out from both sides. Sky Industries. So I mean, with that being said, too, I would probably be astounded, just absolutely astounded, to see Fly Gaming come out here with a wrecking ball composition. The only reason being is because me and the big brain himself, LaFon, we were bantering between ourselves and between the break, even while you're going to the bathroom. Just like, why don't they just play Pharah? I don't think that they really have that within their hero pool with who they have, or they necessarily practice it, right? And you can generally see too. This is kind of the same problem that you've seen all the way up to Overwatch League too. You've seen even like teams like Atlanta Reign have difficulties with this. How do you even practice against this? How do you find scrims against a team that does things like this? The way that they're playing through this controlled chaos is absolutely manic, man. You absolutely don't.
Yeah.
You can't. It's impossible.
Well, there is one way. 6 stack, quick play.
Oh no, you're right. You're right though.
Just saying.
You're right. You got me there, fam.
Exactly.
You got me there. You got me there.
In all seriousness, though, yeah.
You'll see like the preparation behind them is
so hard.
is crazy. I mean, like you can tell like they've definitely practiced how they're going to be at least playing out this this composition, right? And as we head over to the sky, as you see the maps on your screen, do not adjust your screens, ladies and gentlemen. That is in fact a tight set. Team for Victory taking that second map.
Yeah. I was perhaps a bit of a shock. You know, maybe expected to be a little more one-sided towards Fly Gaming, but hey, if there's one thing we've learned, Overwatch in 2019, it is all about upsets. Overwatch League, Contenders, it all trickles down. And here we are, full Sky Industries. You love it to see it, or you hate to see it. Or, well actually, there's really no in between. You really only feel one of two ways about 2 CPU maps.
I'll go down. I love Assault. I think one of the best things about Assault is even if it ends up going the distance, that you end up seeing adaptations coming out of teams, especially when you see high caliber Overwatch, just the differences in diversity and compositions that can be played, especially with how different point A can be assaulted, pun intended, right? You're able to go around so many different directions, so it's gonna end up being Team for Victory coming out first for their attack. You can definitely tell because it's the Arista on the screen. RR15 has not been subbed out. They're gonna end up sticking true with what worked. Nico on the Widowmaker, gonna be looking for that frontline pressure. Fly Gaming, however, they do have a few DPS of their own. Shocheng's on the Tracer. Okay, and there's just gonna be a bit of a skirmish over here on the front lines. They trade back and forth. EvilX is life for Nico's. Of course, the attackers, Team for Victory, do have that spawn advantage. And hey, they got the Mercy advantage too. So they're just going to bring Nico right back into the fight. Oh, Tracer is so very low. Shocheng going to be able to escape somehow with his life. And now you're seeing TFV. They're getting already this point present, right? They've got the Reaper on it. They've now set up their Risa shield. Fly Gaming's in a position where they have to be the aggressors here rather than Team for Victory, and that's not really the position you want to be in if you want to be able to dive into this Arita bunker composition. But hey, EvilX, he's going to be able to find the pick, and there you go. Feng Mian finishes off Ming as well. So this will be Fly Gaming. They do find the crack in that shield, and they will repel Team for Victory's attack, but not before they get 2 ticks. And it's a really smart decision from Fly Gaming to wait for those that needed to spawn back, especially for EvilX to come back to find a hack. Giving up those 2 ticks may have been for free, but they were just hanging out where you see them above, right? They weren't dropping down, giving too much ult charge. You can see Team for Victory. They're getting close to this EMP, and they already have the Meteor Strike. So if they end up combining these 2 ultimates, it could be devastating for Fly Gaming to deal with. Nice pick again. Jimmy going to be taken out of the fight. Nice stick. Drive-by. Risa. Yeah, that's just what happens over here in Russia, you know. Shocheng building up full like crazy. I don't know. I've never been to Russia, so I want to go to Volskaya if that happens, man. I mean, like, if I get hit by a pulse bomb when I go to Volskaya Industries, Rien, I'm just gonna call you and tell you, you know what? He was right. He was right, Twitch chat. You get hit by pulse bombs in Volskaya Industries, and that's it's definitely what happened. Shocheng already halfway to another pulse bomb too. That's one of the more beautiful things. Team for Victory is actually gonna have Jimmy swap over to the Brigitte, the only support on this team actually. Going back to Mercy, and probably tired of this backline pressure that is Fly Gaming. I mean, you take a look at what they have. The Tracer and the Sombra are just so devastating because they're able to collapse on one squishy target, which, you know, Team for Victory, they have a plenty of. Nico actually taking matters into their own hands, going to have Pharah in the sky, going to help Jimmy stay alive. And I like this swap from Fly Gaming. Notice they've been playing Piley now on the Moira.
Because if they try to dive on the Moira, she's just going to fade away out of danger. Nico goes down.
That's right.
Riley goes down as well. Hey, you can't fade out of the punch. The rocket punch from the Doofus. But the EMP comes through as well. Team for Victory all caught in that. And they're just going to get wiped out. Oh, Death Blossom, not sure about that one unless he's going for the swap.
I would almost hope so that they go for the swap. Ming actually getting the cancel on the mech call for Yaoshi.
Okay,
I don't even know what that whole animation was, but Ming, he is absolutely going crazy. He has the meter to do this. He full-on level 3'd Melons out of this fight, 18 HP in all. He's going to get the heal, so now Team for Victory, because of spawns alone, they have man advantage and they can get onto the point.
Ming, what a Chad, just comes in and wipes the floor with...
Oh no, the Coalescence!
I can't believe this, but the Coalescence comes through, and Team for Victory, all their... Oh, but it doesn't even matter, they already capped the point, it's on point B.
What is happening?
What? This is mass chaos, I don't even understand this game. What has this devolved into?
They wanted to try to defend point A, regardless of it going over. They're like, no, you know what? We could have defended that if we wanted to. Nobody from Fly Gaming able to get on the point in time.
It's not about the points. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, they just wanted to play the game a little longer than they Fly Gaming did. And no swaps too. I mean, the Coalescence got invested. Pylai. Even though the Coalescence mostly invested probably just to whittle down targets, Team for Victory is actually going to take swaps to deal with point B accordingly. Nico over to the McCree. Going to be able to cancel out one of these flankers of Evil X and Shochang respectively. Hades going to help out with that on the Roadhog. 3 shotguns in total for Team for Victory.
Oh, and they just collapsed onto Nico there. That was wonderful. Shochang on one end, and then you got Evil X on the other. Not a whole lot you could do. Both characters extremely slippery. Hey, there's another drive-by onto the Orisa. Ming, though, is able to get the pick onto Yaoshi. Oh, now you're seeing the chase come through. You're gonna be taken down by Ming here. So this is just a very spread out, very disjointed fight on all accounts. Ming returning back to the point, looking for that Winston, but he's gonna use the Primal Rage, get all his HP back. Kylie switching over to the Ana now. Wants to get those extra heals for point BSR. You don't really need to fade out of danger here. You just die on point, right, as usual. Evil X here looking for that health pack. Getting the health pack control is so important. Fly Gaming can just play around that room, and they don't need to, you know, fight on the point. They can just send a member every now and then. They play kind of in that back area where they are right now. Evil X is able to find the kill onto Jimmy. So without the Mercy Team for Victory, well, they have no other support, so they're pretty much just gonna have to back out.
Katie's staggering themselves off. Here goes Kino as well. Let's have the Death Boston too. I wonder if you're gonna combine that with almost anything. It's so hard to attack this point. R15. Well, whoa, hey, don't tap my heart like that, Hades. You better take it easy. I mean, I know you the god of the underworld, but you don't do those kind of things. You're gonna actually swap over to the Sombra. Tried and true hero. Found a lot of success on it last map too. Ming's getting closer to this Meteor Strike. But Fly Gaming, they just not giving up too much space. The hack there from Evil X really took Ming for a wild ride too. That big body of Doomfist, just a big ult charge for Shochang to clean up on.
There's another hack. Nico moves in.
Almost.
Bomb out. Ming gonna be going down, so it's a 5v5 situation right now. Team for Victory still looking to push this. Death Blossom in. Melon's found, but Hades is traded. So lots of trades just coming in back and forth. You think this was the New York Stock Exchange and not Full Sky Industries. But finally, Jimmy gonna be eliminated with that bomb. So Fly Gaming will push Team for Victory back once again. And Nico gonna be finished off with a nice punch to the back.
Yeah, Shochang just cleaning up, getting all the eliminations showing up in the kill feed, making Tracer cool again on this map. I mean, why not? Team for Victory, they don't have anything to stop it. They don't have their own form of crowd control. They can't necessarily stop it. I mean, it's not like Hades is landing consistent hacks onto Shochang here, shutting down the abilities. It's the only thing that's going to be able to do it. But Nico now, there you go. They swap over to the brig, try to stop some of these flankers from getting up in this backline. They need Jimmy to stay alive here. The only support really is healing, a lot of healing. Team for Victory just have no answers for the way that Fly Gaming is dispersing them. They can't get back to Pylai, who's on this Ana. Put this nano boost for free.
Yeah, exactly. And you could just toss it on whoever he wants. Nano Tracer, if you're feeling a little bit feisty. But if not, hey, toss it on the Winston. Always a good target for you. And there you go. Jimmy gonna be taken out. Oh, okay. Shochang finds Kino, but he dies himself. Well, I guess that's what happens. There's just so many trades here. I really don't know why exactly they just love trading back and forth. But if they do trade,
his own stats with that is the saddest thing, you know? Yeah. You wreck your own KD, killing yourself with pulse bomb. That's what you really hate to see.
Yeah, it's good for Flag though, because if they do trade, because they have the defender advantage. It's falling so close.
Not wrong. Hades just hanging out here. He just builds up the EMP naturally. Hanging on the corner, just waiting for everybody. Team for Victory ready to pounce on top. Probably waiting for the elevator.
Yeah. Oh,
gets pushed back.
There you go. I'm pretty sure that was by accident, and he just pops the EMP. Maybe got a little bit scared, only catches 2 members with it, and in comes Shocheng, able to find the kill on the Hades there with the headshots, and Fengmian, pretty sure he caught the Nana boost there and was looking to get a little bit aggressive onto those frontline tanks, and there you go. Shocheng giving Ming a deep tissue massage, but not the kind that you really want. And that's just going to be, once again, Flag Gaming pushing Team for Victory back. Only 20 seconds left on the clock, so unless Team for Victory rally back, I don't really see them taking this.
Thrown on Supercharger, just a last-ditch hope and effort. OR-15A going down. Kino's going to follow, thrown off the edge with those big scientific arms.
Did he stick that? No, he didn't. Okay, well, unfortunate. Hades might be able to touch here. Depends on where he is. We're looking at Winston right now. There you go. He forces overtime, but it doesn't really matter. How long can you keep it going, right? Can your team even get there? No, they can't. Well, I mean, they almost got it, but our brains are too small to comprehend pretty much what just went down. So LaFon, just come back in, please. Enlighten us.
I wanna take a moment to talk about Reaper, because Reaper is one of the most interesting characters in the game and how he gets played, right? And how much value TFE was getting out of it, and how Flag actually figured out how to beat the Reaper. So what was one of the reasons why Reaper was so successful in the previous maps, or specifically on Eichenwald, is that he was able to get inside the tank line where they didn't have ability to use their Matrix or the shield to actually protect. And on top of that, they weren't able to get the Bionade off on the Reaper, so he was able to stay healed up a lot of the time. So what was Flag's solution to that? Just go and play completely spread apart, so he has to engage on a target, and without the speed amp of Lucio, Reaper's kind of stuck in this no-man situation. So Flag recognized what the win condition for the Reaper composition is, they force him to switch, and all of a sudden, TFE looks super beatable. Guys, back to you.
There you go. Perfect analysis. Now, I mean, I feel like my IQ just went up by like 200 points just by listening to
I feel very enlightened. Just
yeah,
I've been learned today. That's for sure, and that's
I've been learned.
Bless LaFon. Bless LaFon.
On this blessed day, we've all been learned by LaFon. Well, so you know they can't get all the way. They only get that first point somehow by some technicality. I'm not sure even what happened there. I'm gonna have to go watch the replay after this, because that was just a very confusing first point. And now, hey, we're back in.
I think what's most interesting is exactly what LaFon said too. Like, Flag Gaming got taken for a wild ride, especially against the Reaper that Kino's been playing. Going to be sticking true to it, but I mean, this is what Team for Victory found success on, and that's what they're really trying to do here. No success found on point B, so the full hold is really what they have, and they've been able. They defended for a long time on hybrid, so I guess almost anything's possible. Their defense was pretty stellar, so. They're able to stay tight together. They're able to keep Jimmy alive and free of this backline pressure that is Shocheng and Evil X. Then a full hold might be in sight.
Save Jimmy. That's the name of the game here. Saving Private Jimmy. Keep Jimmy alive. If Jimmy dies, I'll be sad boy today. But Flag Gaming taking this side approach here, looking to get control of the high ground perhaps. But there you go. DPS gonna walk right into each other. Kino and Shocheng just having a little bit of a meeting here. Shocheng taking a lot of damage from the Pharah. Nico though gonna be picked apart in the back line. There you go. Piley once again stepping up as that DPS on finding the pick onto Jimmy. And now you're seeing the composition just crumble.
Everybody from Team for Victory all focused on Shocheng of all people, and that allowed the dive to come through cleanly. It was very impressive. Yeah, everybody focus on the Tracer of all things, and that's not what you need to be concerned with as the dive from Melons came through inevitably. Like you highlighted, Piley taking down the only form of support for Jimmy. Nico swapping again. I believe this is almost like the 6th or 7th hero that they've played today. Onto the Zenyatta. Again, just trying to find any sort of sustain for this backline is what they need. Jimmy needs to stay alive here. 50% to a Valkyrie across how long this map has been going on. Is not where you want to be, especially for this defense. So 33% is needed. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to do it. Flag Gaming setting themselves up for victory.
And there you go. Nico going to be taken out here. Another pulse bomb onto the Orisa, and out she goes. Back to the spawn, which is so close, but so far. EMP comes through from Hades, catches all 6 members, but there's not much people left alive. But maybe evening the odds are Ming and Hades. Hades will get the melee kill. Ming and Nico going down to Fengmian here, finding the frags with Lucio, and that'll just be the quick 2nd point cap. Flag Gaming, they're gonna get the series up to a 2-1.
Yeah, once they took care of OR-15 and the Orisa was out, the bunker couldn't be set anymore, and everything was just kind of a quick snowball on that point. They built up all the snow on point A, and they just kind of shoved it all the way down to point B.
Well, LaFon, why don't we have you come back in once again? Seems like we just heard from you not that long ago, just how quick that Flag Gaming was able to push through both those points. But what did you notice? What is it that let them do that?
I think Flag, Eichenwald may have just been a wake-up call, right? They recognize that why they were losing, I think is probably the thing to say, is, you know, it comes down to the fact that the composition that TFE is running is fundamentally not good. Right, we've seen Reaper played in Overwatch League for a little bit, and we kind of see how that kind of plays out. It's not fantastic.
It doesn't.
Then you see the Orisa, you see the Hog at times. It's not mobile. So the answer to a non-mobile composition is simply go more mobile, and that's why I think this is a good point about Goats too. Right, the 3-3 composition. People make the assumption that just because there are a lot of tanks in it, that it means that it's not a mobile composition, but that's not accurate. There is mobility there brought in by the Lucio. And without the Lucio play, your Orisa is pretty static and they can't just move. So you run the hyper mobile composition, and it has you have no self-sustain because you're running a single Mercy, and altogether it runs together to Flag understanding that and winning out the fights off of basically just playing dive. That's what they're playing.
I mean, if Orisa is a horse, Lucio is the spurs, right? That's what really gets Orisa moving and grooving on and get that static bunker comp moving along, because like we've talked about so many times, it is so hard on attack to try and push through that, because you'll just get, you know, picked apart from a distance. Shield's on cooldown, and you know, if it gets taken down, what are you gonna do? You're all now exposed out in the open, especially with this, you know, solo tank composition they're running.
That's what I was gonna say. I think above all, that's what Fungmi and the Lucio player for Flag Gaming is doing. More than stellar, right? As we take a look at a few of these highlights here, just able to speed boost around those that are in danger. Most importantly, Piley and Yaoshi, once they were in immediate danger, able to take them out of
look at this
harm's notice. Just quite literally
that's a big greedy from Yaoshi. Honestly, it's a pretty greedy play there. Oh, nice hook.
That play from Doomfist, he almost got away with it too for those meddling
naughty hooks. Yeah, no, I think before we head out to the break, I think one of the things to note is that Shochang was absolutely masterful in the Tracer. He kind of kited around for days and ended up with TFE chasing him around, which you never want to be, right? You never want to be chasing a Tracer because she will lead you on a merry chase forever. So you know, Shochang actually showing a lot of like some of that old school play, some very old school play from him that we haven't seen in quite a while.
Yeah, definitely. You like to see it. Like to see this kind of historical play coming back. But once more, gonna throw to a break. Map number 4 coming up next. Gonna be real. So see you after. Well, after a pretty quick 2CP, we're going to be moving on to full escort. So very much different map style. Big change of pace, hopefully. This has been very frantic, very chaotic so far. But it's going to be Rialto, land of the right angles. So, Panda, what does that exactly entail for these two teams?
Land of the right angles. Well, I guess what that would mostly entail is that I think Team for Victory are in for trouble. They're a team that's really in store for some trouble here. I mean, all things considering, all Melons has to do is play corners properly on Reinhardt, and then you don't have any shield. If OR15's barrier goes down a single time, their earth is shattered, friend, and that's not what you want. I mean, that's a free fatty shatty. That's basically, you know, like a free pass go every time you roll the dice. That's about as free as they come, really, especially against a composition, excuse me, that they are running. That's so squishy. That's so, I guess, reliant on the one barrier that comes around. It's not gonna do well, especially against a heavy tank composition that Flag Gaming are gonna be running, and that's what I expect to see out of them, especially on Rialto. It's tried and true, and that's what we're talking about on this patch, especially leading into the break. It's not where you want to be. It's not exactly what you want to see, because Flag Gaming obviously are adept to deal with it. They'll notice that you don't have a Brigitte, and they're going to punish you for it. They're going to have Shadow Chang on the Tracer, and they're going to have flankers that are going to punish you for these squishy targets. So I think you got to go tit for tat here. I mean, I know they probably won't, but I think Team for Victory, you really got to pull deep. You got to get another support out here. You got to get some sustainability for your team, and you got to keep your team alive, man.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is that they, you know, it's fun. You know, we see these comps and we're like, oh wow, you know, how wacky, how quirky is this composition? But at the end of the day, still got games to play, right? And they, granted, all right, I'll hand that one to them. They did win IHOLDSHIFT, but you know, that Volsky Industries, that was rough for them to put it mildly. And I think in Rialto, you know, in this position, what they need to do should be clear, but what they will actually do is, hey, who knows?
Well, let's not kid ourselves. One of the strongest things that was a standout for me coming from Hybrid was Nico on Widowmaker. As we take a look at our map screens here, as we are headed into Rialto, like we said, you take a look at Iconwall, the map that Team for Victory took. Nico on first point defense, that Widowmaker hitting a lot of shots, and I think on Rialto, with the sniper's nest that you can play around, might come in handy for Nico.
Opportunities, yeah. So let's hope that Team for Victory can get themselves together, get some picks with the Widowmaker, and maybe force a map 5. But who knows? We might just see Flag Gaming take it here.
Very possible. They might just take this and run with it. But I mean, hey, did see a map victory come out? Map score for Team for Victory. Anything's really possible at this point. Flag Gaming, they have been able to deal with it before. Team for Victory, though, taking a swap. Kino going back over to Brigitte, looking for that backline sustain.
Oh, but Ming, yes, so much damage through. You see it. Pilly on this Ana, just so deadly. Able to hit those shots like we talked about earlier. You know, that hit scan when you scope in is so important for taking characters down. And now look at this. Jimmy. Look out. EvilX, he's right behind you. Can't hear us. He's got AirPods in.
He's got his AirPods in, just silent footsteps all around. Gets the hack on, disappears before the punch comes out. Good reaction.
Yeah, Ming almost got it too, which was really impressive. You know, able to just turn around that quickly, knew exactly where he was. He's still looking for Shou Cheng here. Goes in, barely misses that uppercut, but takes a whole lot of chunk of damage from that. Goes in for the punch, still looking for the chase onto that kill. He's gonna just drive Shou Cheng back for the time being. Payload moving and grooving. Kind of stuck here for the time being, though. Team for Victory getting themselves onto it. Nano Boost comes through onto Shou Cheng, looking for the damage here onto the tanks. Focuses down Nico, so very low off that one clip, and we'll get the finish. And now, who's your next target? Probably Arisa. Watch this, perhaps another drive-by pulse bomb. Yep, we're gonna see it. Tosses it right onto him, but he stays alive. And Team for Victory just gonna wipe the floor with Flag Gaming. So even after that initial, you know, push there with the Nano Tracer, just doesn't work out.
Yeah, fortifiability. It literally keeps you fortified as Arisa, and you can definitely tank the pulse bomb, especially with the armor, everything included. It's definitely doable from that nerf that came through a while away. Flag Gaming gonna take swaps over. Yaoshi, flex tank, solo tank Melons on the Winston.
Okay.
EvilX has taken a long time to charge his EMP. Hades has already cycled through the 1 and already about to be at 45% too. Fly Gaming not having an easy time with their Sombra player, building up his EMP this time around as the cartridge just continuously stalled out. Good pick from Shocheng.
Fly Gaming, hey, what's their thought process here? If you can't beat him, join him. Let's just go with a one-tank strategy as well. And hey, it's working for them. Fly Gaming get the 3 kills right away. Looking for Nico, he's very low up top. Only got about a quarter of HP left, and he will be finished off by Melons. And now you're going to see Fly Gaming will cap that first point. Shocheng just dealing a little bit of extra damage there onto Arisa, farming up that pulse bomb.
Good tech from Jimmy to not be right next to it. Oh, big EMP.
Okay, they're still pushing here, getting very aggressive in there. Just going to clean right up. And there you go, Ming. He's like, I'd rather just go swimming, honestly. I don't want to fight.
Oh, this stall is nasty, too. Very unfortunate. Nico trying to make it out with that energy. Very high charge at that. Would have been really good going into that Doomfist. They have the Slam Jam combo. Hades does have the EMP. They can walk in under Valkyrie, so the utility's there for them to walk forward. I mean, that's one of the things that, again, not to sound like a broken record, that Arista really struggles with. Fly Gaming, however, they do have tools of their own. Pulse Bomb could be drove by again. Melons from Rage is going to disrupt everybody. Swing and a miss there for the Pulse Bomb. Just a bit outside.
Oh, nice EMP. 3 members caught in it, but Hades will be the one to go down. TFV looking for some kills here, trying to find them, but it's going to be all in Fly Gaming's hand for the time being. They are just wiping them. Nico pushed back into the water with you as well. Nice Primal Rage there from Melons, picking up 2 kills with it. Primal Rage is Winston. Definitely, that is a very high skill capability, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and the EMP really kind of set it up from Hades. Unfortunately, it was too early. Team for Victory were not set up to deal with it accordingly. Hades gets caught out again. Gets actually hacked by EvilX while Hades is trying to punish Pylai out there. Zenyatta. Fly Gaming doing really well since swapping over here to this triple support. I mean, Yaoshi able to do what an off-tank's supposed to do. You keep the backline alive and you're able to create space.
Oh, big EMP. 4 members caught. Ming, though, perhaps importantly, not caught. He's able to use his Meteor Strike here, looking for picks, looking for vulnerable members. Drops down. Doesn't quite get anything with it, but he is able to finish off EvilX with the damage done. But now he's trapped in a room with a Brigitte, but it doesn't matter. The grab comes through. They're going to be able to finish off. That was perfect because all the attention was on Ming, and that grab was just free.
And Team for Victory are able to get a extra footing as far as building their next set of ultimates at that. They didn't even use Valkyrie, too. You see right there, Hades, quick 20%. Just farming it. 75%. This EMP is going to come out before Fly Gaming can even deal with it. Pylai, the only one that could potentially deal with it effectively to hide away with the Transcendence, is not even close to that ultimate. Fly Gaming, they might be caught off guard.
Now you're seeing Shocheng here on the flank. Once more, Hades just obliterated in there. The drive-by, it's a big one. Kino going to be removed from the fight in a flash, and Shocheng just moving right back, looking for Ming now. But Ming, of course, very slippery on that Doomfist. Hard to kill, but if they can find a hack onto him, they will be able to, or halt even, they'll be able to just basically slaughter him right away. But Team for Victory here, they're trying to stabilize things out. EMP comes through for Team for Victory, trying to follow up on it. There you go, Ming in the backline, able to secure the kill on the Pilot, but the beat comes through. Now he's stunned up and finished off. That's exactly what Flag Gaming needed. Nice play there from Yaoshi, and then he's able to find Kino as well. The double kill coming through here for the Brigitte. You're gonna see Jimmy stunned up. Nice juggle from Melons, just knocking him up in the air and finishing him off just like that. The pulse bomb comes through as well. Not going to find anything, but hey, it's just fireworks at the end of this push because Flag Gaming, there is no way they're being stopped.
Fully embodied. Primal Rage right there. Fantastic job from Melon, secluding, isolating targets time and time again. And that's one of the better parts too. I mean, across all different variations of Overwatch, when you play a multitude of squishy targets, it's no longer a tickle cannon. It quite literally zaps your HP pool quite quickly. And that's setting up a team for success. Shadowcheng again, recognizing they can find value in Tracer, and that's probably where you're really struggling for Team for Victory. Though they were able to find footing in their own combinations, I would have loved to see more Slam Jam combinations. That Graviton Surge towards the end from Nico, again playing like 7 or 8 heroes at this point, just really showcasing the flexibility. Quite strong indeed. It's just very unfortunate Team for Victory. They're not able to build around these ultimates, and they're not able to find value in them regardless.
You know, Chinese players, they really love flexing around all these different roles. I mean, Leave, right? World Cup. Goodness gracious. How many heroes did that guy play? What, 19 or something? He played a ridiculous amount. I know that much, but...
That's true.
Hey, Nico. He's following in Leave's footsteps here.
Well, I like to see it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this entire team is kind of set around Ming, right? Ming is the only one that hasn't necessarily swapped off besides Jimmy. I mean, there's no reason why you would try to solo support on Ana. That sounds torturous, in my opinion, because you don't have the self-sustain, right? You don't have the verticality. We've seen Jimmy is quite capable at the tech with Mercy, where it's just...
He's like
yeah, exactly. You know, I don't want to sell Mercy short, but you basically fly by holding Crouch and Guardian Angel at the same time. You hit them at the same time, and then you jump once you're immediately next to the friendly as you're end up popping in the air. And Jimmy's quite effective at that. Really helps out Team for Victory too, because even without Valkyrie, you see right there, able to get a lot of healing off to multiple targets. The only difference is that Flag Gaming has a free Discord Orb on that target. It could be a hack too. Kino back onto the Reaper for this attack. Hades, however, another swap over to the Ana.
Oh, almost hooked. EvilX there. Nico, ooh, stunned up. That was the seismic slam from Ming there. That's why he was, you know, kind of brought backwards in that. And just a combination of stuns, series of unfortunate events will remove Nico from the fight. But he's brought back. Jimmy is there. And there you go. He gets revenge on EvilX for even daring to try and do these transgressions.
Oh, wait, whoa.
Okay, I guess he blinked right into that rocket punch there. That's unfortunate, I guess.
That's the definition of unlucky in this game right there. Quite literally, you look it up in the dictionary. What's unlucky in Overwatch? It's that. You know, Nico getting pushed back over here as well. Team for Victor setting themselves up on the payload is quite devastating, especially for Orisa on payload, even if it's not a pirate ship.
This is such a weird push from Flag Gaming, but hey, it works. They moved through kind of that courtyard there, on that side. Payload was moving though, so it is very close to that second point. Pick me out. He's like, no.
Let me help you out with that.
Yeah, exactly. He gives him a little push.
Yeah, quick little sound wave to send the Edgelord into the water drinks of Italy and think about what he's done. Send him into timeout. You think about what you've done, Kino.
EvilX. There we go. Another EMP. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is brutal. Oh, there you go.
That's nasty.
Almost a 5-man. Ming was almost caught into it. Somehow he was able to avoid it, and he is trying to frag out right now, but no, the armor pack comes through, and Ming's not going to be able to find anything with that. Yaoshi, nice for Geek to play, able to keep your heroes alive, you know, keep your supports alive.
Yeah, I really respect what Flag Gaming are doing. They have Yaoshi on the Brigitte, right? So they're still running with the solo tank, triple support. You still get as much work done on Brigitte as you do as D.Va in the sense, because Team for Victor are running so many squishy targets. As long as you keep the backline sustained like that armor pack to keep Pylai alive, you do so much.
Is this Team for Victor? Are they playing 2 supports? Wow, this is like unseen.
The composition's being formed.
Okay, in goes Ming once again. Got Shou Cheng's number. There's a way you want to kill Tracer. That's the way to do it. Nice double support ultimates there. Able to just kind of negate all possible damage from that. But is it an overinvestment? That's the question here, because now Yaoshi has got nothing in the way of PO. Oh! Body block comes through. Feng Neon takes the hit. Get down. Misses President.
Man.
But, you know, in the backline, slaughters him. Shou Cheng, though, going to trade with him there, finding that pulse bomb. So it's about even in this fight right now. Flag Gaming still trying to stop this payload, but it is so close. And Ming looking to be the one that'll finally get it all the way, but no, finally puts an end to him. However, biotic grenade comes through. Supercharger out for Orisa. Hook almost lands there. Might have broken around that corner. EMP comes through. Supercharger very vulnerable again. 3 members caught and wipes out that shield. What can you do in this situation if you're a Team for Victor? You have to back up.
You got to be able to sustain it. You got to be able to count your resources, right? You're about to have the Valkyrie. You're about to have the
40 seconds.
Meteor Strike, and you almost have the Nano Boost. This is the last fight scenario, so Flag Gaming, they need to hold it here. Shou Cheng on the Genji now.
Oh, Hades goes down. Flag Gaming looking to do just that, Panda, but Ming possibly backing out. No, he was just waiting to catch a few heals. He's going to be right back in the action. There you go. Hades brought back. Jimmy able to find that. Nano Boost so close. There you go. Pulled poor combination. That's the opening that Team for Victory needs, but they're going to trade. Hades goes down with the Nano Boost. Could that spell disaster for Team for Victory? Ming still with the Meteor Strike. Jimmy goes down, and it's falling apart for Team for Victory. They've got nothing left in the tank. Flag Gaming will put an end to them. You might as well be waving your own white flag, Team for Victory, because Flag Gaming will put an end to your run. 3-1 is how this series will go. Flag Gaming will be your winners here. What a great set we've seen. Competitive set between these two teams. Team for Victory, compositions perhaps didn't quite work out in the end.
Like I said, it's just fundamentals for Flag Gaming.
Exactly.
just really go back to just the tried and true dive. I mean, they probably got lost along the ranch with all the goats and 3-3 that it really comes with it. And once they finally noticed that they could isolate targets and play Sombra Tracer and just collapse on top of them and really be a giant thorn in the side, pulling resources out. I mean, found so much success in Flag Gaming, though losing a map. So walk away with the series 2-0 so far in Chinese Contenders.
Yeah, LaFon, come on in. Tell us how I feel about that Rialto. Was it good?
I mean, I was having so much fun just watching Shocheng pop off, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's true.
This man's has been, I mean, whose man's is this? This is not the Shocheng I remember, right? Because that Tracer was fantastic, and then he comes up on the Genji and looks arguably better. You know, just complete confidence in his dash resets, the melee timing, everything. It's actually insane. I think Flag, I think the first game was, you know, we can look at Control. It wasn't that close, right? Control really doesn't favor that DPS comp anyway, so it's kind of tough to say if TFE could really have performed there. But then they lose on Eichenwald. I think it's a bit of a wake-up call. They switch their compositions around. They're willing to, you know, make changes mid-match, and it ends up bringing out the victory. And I think across the board, there was some pretty good play. Piley was actually super impressive on the flex support role. The Ana, the Zen, Moira played a bunch of heroes, looked very impressive on all of them. And of course, Shocheng just looked fantastic. So I think for Flag, you've got, especially after the season, after the players they lost, I was skeptical of their performance this season. But so far, they're starting to make a believer out of me.
Yeah, especially in hard saying, that's how I set up the team as walking into Melons is coming to life though. Got caught out by the Reaper throughout Eichenwald. Very unfortunate to watch. You know, you have to understand how that matchup starts working, but the download came through, and then we got to see that passive-aggressive style. We got to see all members, like LaFon was saying, just to be able to highlight so many different things. 180 sleep threats from Piley with the absolutely insanity. Started to answer back almost immediately, and although I definitely got to tip my hat to how TFE, Team for Victory, were able to play out. Lots of flexibility coming through from Nico, lots of heroes being played. They tried their best without diverting too far from what they wanted with their Orisa combination. As you take a look at a few of the highlights from our previous map of Rialto, this is what you're talking about, LaFon. Shocheng just going absolutely insane.
Ming, that was the great play there. That diversion of attention.
Grab was awesome.
Look at that. Ooh, how beautiful.
Comes in clean.
So many drive lives, yeah.
Oh, poor Hades.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. You know, that's the one thing is Ana, you're just so slow, unfortunately.
Look at this. Look how many of these highlights are just Shocheng, just popping off and going insane.
Well-deserved emote there.
Emote there.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, honestly though, we talked a big game about Flag, but I want to give respect to TFE. They coming to the set, we weren't even sure if they could play tanks, but they played the Orisa. They brought in a sub, obviously, but they played Orisa, they played Hog, they played Wrecking Ball. They looked, I wouldn't say good, but they definitely looked much more improved. And I would hesitate to say, I would say that it was entertaining at the very least. So TFV, shout out to you. It was a match for sure.
Hey, well, thank y'all for tuning into this match of Flag Gaming Team versus Team for Victory. That's going to be it for myself and, of course, PkMnPanda. But LemonKiwi and Heurix will be back. Speaking of LemonKiwi, do not believe her. This background. No, I am in Minecraft. This is not Overwatch with low graphic settings. You can't get this beautiful lighting here. I look out this window. What do I see? Beauty. Everything the light touches. It's my kingdom. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.